Dear Admissions Department at LMU, my name is Nemertea, and I really want to attend your school in the fall of 2021. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, my home life, and where I come from. I am a soft and unsegmented worm without a differentiated head, but don't worry, I can still make the dean's list. Some of my siblings are longer than others at almost 30 meters, but unfortunately, I'm on the shorter side and am just a few millimeters long. I have a flattened morphology, which means I look like a flattened tube, and I have a simple circulatory system consisting of vesseled and thin-walled lacunae. What's also unique about me is that I have thickly muscled body walls covered by a mesenchyme. Some of my family and extended family all live in marine benthic zones at the deepest part of the waters, so moving to a big city like LA will definitely be a big change for me. We are all bilaterally symmetrical coelomate worms with 2 classes, each divided into 2 orders. The differences between our classes and orders lie in the presence of body armoring, proboscis construction, and body morphology. The classes Anopla and Enopla each contain 2 orders. Anopla has no armor and no specific morphological specialization, while Enopla is armed with stylets and is morphologically specialized into 3 regions. Most of us, though, are free-swimming and benthic, and approximately 100 species in my taxa are known for being planktonic and symbiotic. Us Nemertea come from all over the globe. My distant cousins are marine Nemertea and live in the deep Pacific Ocean. When we call them, it's sometimes hard to hear because they often burrow in mud, sand, and other sediments. My other distant cousins on my dad's side are freshwater Nemertea. They live in this really cool river called the Colorado River. Maybe you've heard of it before. Then there's me and my immediate family who are terrestrial Nemertea. We're pretty rare and unique and are from the California coastline. One of my cousins is a parasitic Nemertea who might be applying to LMU as well. However, watch out for him because he might exploit you. If given the opportunity, I would love to move to campus. It might take me a while, but my external cilia have glided to amazing places on my trail of slime. As for my larger relatives, they use muscular waves to crawl, and my marine cousins use their dorsoventral undulation. I'm thankful for my cilia and slime because it would allow me to go to such a great school like LMU. As for my future goals, I would really like to settle down one day with a family. No worries about me finding a life partner because us terrestrial Nemertea are self-fertilizing. My marine cousins reproduce sexually, though, so they have to go through the whole dating thing. Sucks for them. As for some fun facts about myself, I can be both a hunter and a scavenger. I use sticky and sometimes toxic substances that are made from my proboscis to tranquilize and capture my prey. Once I come into contact with my food, I coil around them and swallow them whole. My family members who have stylets stab their prey with toxins, which then swallow their prey or inject them with digestive enzymes and are then eaten suctorially. And some of my family members that don't have stylets are brightly colored to warn off predators. But don't worry, the students at LMU would be safe because none of them are appetizing to me. I prefer to munch on small invertebrates like bivalves, polychaetes, crustaceans, and insects, so I hope the lair has something good for me. If you're wondering about my developmental patterns, I'm neither a deuterosome nor a protosome, and I have 3 different forms of larva. I prefer to stay where I'm comfortable, meaning I don't migrate, so you can be assured that I'll definitely graduate at LMU. Also, my lifespan hasn't been widely studied, but some of my cousins have lived up to 18 months. And a really unique fact about me is that I have the ability to regenerate body parts that I've lost, so I'm basically invincible like Deadpool. I know I've talked a lot about my family, but let's dive deeper into where I really come from, into what makes me, me. My greatest ancestors appeared 30 million years ago in the Cambrian explosion. As you can see, I appear way earlier than you chordates. I am more recently related to mollusca and annelida in this phylogenetic tree published by researchers. But my 16S phylogenetic tree shows that I am more recently related to arthropoda and mollusca. My data matrix tree is somewhat similar to my 16S tree, but the sister taxa of chordates and echinodermata is switched with Nemerteans. The similarity between the 3 trees is that us Nemerteans come after Cnidarians and Porphyrians. Some people have found me and my kind so interesting that scientists have studied how we originated. Initially, the NV hypothesis was accepted, however, many scientists have rejected it. An alternate hypothesis is that Nemertea and Platyhelminths are sister taxa because they show spiral cleavage patterns, so most authors of our phylogenetic trees place us in a clade together. To this day, scientists are still unsure of where we originate because the alternative hypothesis was rejected due to present data in the journal article Molecular Biology and Evolution. I like to read in my free time, and this was probably one of my favorite quarantine reads. The 16S phylogenetic tree and the research phylogenetic tree look somewhat dissimilar because they include other phylums, which were arranged in the most parsimonious way that includes 36 different characteristics, while my phylogenetic tree only has 8 phyla, and our shared characteristic is symmetry. My data matrix tree looks very different due to the difference in characteristics that were included, such as mode of reproduction, migration, and development pattern. Anyway, I hope you learned a lot about me and my family history in this application. Thank you, and I hope to see you on campus soon.